Hi guys, I'm Joe James, and it's time for another quick look at a new Python module. Today we're going to look at the Python Bisect module, which is used for really fast insertion into an already sorted Python list. So if you need to insert a new item into an existing sorted Python list and you want to do it very fast, big O of login speed, that's what the Bisect module does. Let's take a look. Okay, the Bisect module is used to find the insertion point in a sorted list for adding another item. The advantage of this module is that it's fast. Obviously, you can just use the regular insert function in the Python lists, but since this module knows that the list is already in sorted order, it can run a lot faster. It runs in big O of login time, which is much faster than the regular Python insert function will run. And here's a detailed documentation, although this module is pretty simple, so I think my examples here are going to be sufficient for most people. We'll start with import bisect, and our first function we're going to look at is bisect left. This finds the insertion point for an item in a list that is in sorted order already. And if there's a match, in other words, if the item is already in the list, then it's going to give you the point just to the left of that match. That's why it's called bisect left. And this works for a list of ints, a list of floating point values, or a list of strings, or really any type of object as long as it's a comparable object and the list is in sorted order. So let me run this example and see what we get here. So the first list we have is list A, and you can see we have a list of, there's a couple of 41s in here. This is 0, 1, 2, in positions 2 and 3. We already have a couple 41s, and then we insert another 41, and what happens, it puts that in position 2, in other words, where the first one is. So if it inserted, it would bump this 41 over, in other words. It gives us this spot right here. So to the left of the first 41. And this is a list of floating point values, and we try to insert 4.1, and it gives us a 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3. In other words, just to the left of the 4.6. And the third example is strings, A's, B's, C's, and D's. And if we put in bug, it's going to go before the C's, which is position 2. The C is in position 2. So bisect left gives you the item that it would insert it to the left of. And it returns it's an index for the list where to insert that item. Now, if a list is unsorted, you're going to get unpredictable results. But it does try to find the right spot. So here, I try to insert a 30 into a list where, well, gee, look, you can see the first few items here are out of order, some of the last items are out of order. So let's run this and see what happens. It turns us back a 2. So we would insert it between the 24 and the 41, right in here. But it didn't pick up this 33 here, so it doesn't really know how to handle that. So if your list is unsorted, you may not get a correct result. So that's not this module's fault, right? It assumes that you're passing in a list that is in sorted order. There's no way it can figure out. It's not going to check to verify that your list is sorted. So it does try to give you back the right result if you give it an unsorted list. Insort left. This inserts an item to the list in the correct position. So insort, I-N-S-O-R-T. This uses the same function, right, bisect, but it actually places the item in the list instead of giving you back an index. So you can see here we have the same list we had above, and we insort left this item number 44, which is going to go right where the 45 is. So when we run this, we see that we get 44 inserted into the right position in the list to keep the list in sorted order. So those are the two left functions, right? There's a bisect left, which returns an index for you, and an insort left, which actually inserts the item into the list. And it'll, in the case of matches, it inserts it to the left of that match. And then there are two other functions called bisect right and insort right, which do exactly the same thing, the only difference being that in the case of matches, it's going to put them to the right side of those matches. So bisect right works just the same as bisect left, except when we put a 41 in, it's going to put it over here where this 45 is. Now, since these are integers, there's there's no way to see how insort differs, insort right. But for the bisect right, you'll see that the index it gives us back is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to give us back index 4 where the 45 is. Let's run this. So yeah, that one gives us back index number 4, which is where the 45 is. It finds the last 41 in the list and gives us the index of the item to the right of that. And if we try to insert a 2.2 here, it's going to give us the index to the right of the current 2.2, which is 3.4. 0, 1, 2. It gives us index number 2, which is it would insert to the right of the 2.2 that's already in the list. And in the last one, a big dog runs slowly, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it would insert the word dog into position 3 where runs is. So just after the dog that's already in the list. So that's what bisect right does. It's a subtle difference between bisect left and bisect right, but it's an important one. And insort right inserts an item into the list to keep the list in sorted order. And in the case of matches, here there's no matches, but 46, you can see it inserts it right after that 45. We'll run this. 46 inserts right after the 45. So that's what insort right does. So you have those 4 functions are really the core of the whole bisect module. Pretty much it. And then I have a couple of little simple functions that I wrote here. I'll show you of applications of how you can use this in a program. And they're very, very simple. So the first one is to find function, a fast find function. It runs in big O of log n time for a sorted list. So you want to find an item in a list. It's going to find the leftmost value that is greater than x in a sorted list. So find next, I called it. So we're going to use the bisect right function here. We pass in this list A and item X. We're going to return the item itself. So this bisect command is going to find the index of where the item would go, X. And then as long as it found it in the list, we're going to return that item. And if not, we'll return false. So here we're just looking for 23. And it returns the next higher item, which is 25. And if we were looking for 33, let's say, it should give us back false because, yeah, we're past the end of the list. So there is no next higher item than 33. So you see how that works? It's just to find the next higher item. The next little sample function that we have here is a getGrade function. And getGrade uses the standard 90, 80, 70, 60 cutoffs for grades. So we have a getGrade function. It uses a score that's passed in to the function and the standard 90, 80, 70, 60 cutoffs in a list. And then the grades, A, B, C, D, F, anything greater than 90 is an A, between 80 and 90 is a B, and so on. Less than 60 is an F. So we're using basically list indices, and then we're using the index to return the right item from this string, the right letter grade from this string. So we return grades of I. So how does it choose the right one? Well, it uses bisect right. So look, if we have 90, let's say, we would want that to be an A. So we'll lump that in with the 91s and 92s, right? So in other words, we're going to bump it to the right of the 90, which means that it's going to be index A. And if we find a 60, well, that's a D, but if we had a 59, that's an F. So we have a list of grades here. Get grade, and we pass in the score for each one of the scores in this list, and then we'll print those grades. So let's run this, and the grades we get back for 52, we get back an F. For 99, we get back an A. For 77, we get back a C. 70, we get back C. 89 is a B, and the last 2 grades are both A's. So that's just a really simple getGrade function using the Bisect module, using Bisect right. I hope this video was helpful for you. If so, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'm Joe James. Thanks for watching.